The respiratory system is responsible for bringing oxygen into the body and removing carbon dioxide, which is a waste product of metabolism. This process is vital for life and allows the body to function properly. The respiratory system includes a number of organs, which work together to facilitate the exchange of gases between the body and the environment. The primary organs of the respiratory system are the lungs. The lungs are a pair of spongy, air-filled organs located in the chest. They are responsible for exchanging gases with the environment. The lungs are divided into lobes, with the right lung having 3 lobes and the left lung having 2 lobes. The process of breathing begins with the nose and mouth. Air is taken in through the nose or mouth and passes through the pharynx, which is a passage at the back of the throat. From there, the air moves into the trachea, which is a tube that connects the pharynx to the lungs. The trachea is also known as the windpipe. The trachea divides into 2 smaller tubes called bronchi, one for each lung. The bronchi continue to divide into smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles, which eventually end in small sacs called alveoli. The alveoli are the site of gas exchange in the lungs. They are tiny, thin-walled sacs surrounded by a network of blood vessels called capillaries. When air enters the alveoli, oxygen from the air diffuses across the walls of the alveoli and into the capillaries, where it binds to hemoglobin molecules in red blood cells. At the same time, carbon dioxide from the blood diffuses across the capillary walls and into the alveoli, where it is exhaled out of the body. The lungs themselves are complex organs made up of many different structures. Each lung is divided into lobes, with the right lung having 3 lobes and the left lung having 2 lobes. The lobes are further divided into smaller structures called bronchopulmonary segments, which are supplied by their own blood vessels and airways. The diaphragm is another important organ involved in the respiratory system. It is a dome-shaped muscle that separates the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. When the diaphragm contracts, it moves downward, increasing the volume of the chest cavity and creating a vacuum that draws air into the lungs. When the diaphragm relaxes, it moves upward, decreasing the volume of the chest cavity and forcing air out of the lungs. Other organs involved in the respiratory system include the rib cage, which protects the lungs and provides support for breathing, and the muscles between the ribs, which help to expand and contract the chest cavity during breathing. Other muscles involved in breathing include the intercostal muscles, which are located between the ribs. These muscles help to expand and contract the chest cavity during breathing, allowing air to flow in and out of the lungs. Finally, the rib cage plays an important role in protecting the lungs and providing support for breathing. The ribs are curved bones that surround the chest cavity, forming a protective cage around the lungs. They are connected to the spine at the back and to the sternum, breastbone, at the front, and they help to support the muscles involved in breathing. In summary, the respiratory system is a complex network of organs and structures that work together to facilitate the exchange of gases between the body and the environment. The primary organs involved in this process are the nose, mouth, pharynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli, diaphragm, and intercostal muscles. By taking in oxygen and removing carbon dioxide, the respiratory system helps to maintain the proper balance of gases in the body and allows us to stay alive and healthy.